In Ohio, voters are poised to decide the future of abortion rights and legalization of marijuana. It's a key test for Democrats to see how these issues will motivate voters in 2024, especially given concerns over the president's low approval rating. Our latest reporting shows Ohio's early voting turnout already outpacing August's special election. Our Alex Prochet is at a polling location in Columbus with the latest on that. Alex, how's the turnout looking where you are?
Hey, Diane. Well, so there's been a steady stream here at this particular polling location. Lou, if you don't mind panning over here, I mean, you can see folks are going to be coming in here basically until 7:30 p.m. this evening. And as you mentioned, polling is already outpacing, or excuse me, attendance here is already outpacing that August special election. And, you know, we've seen airwaves inundated leading up to this November election, specifically on issue 1. And that's what Rick was talking about earlier. Basically, it's a constitutional amendment that would codify abortion rights here. We've seen canvassers on both sides, as this is a hot topic here in Ohio. We saw the now supermajority GOP-controlled state House try to basically push a special election in August that would raise the threshold for changing those constitutional amendments. And because of that, there have been a lot of dollars pumping in here in ads, but also these ground canvassers who have been knocking on upwards of 100 doors per person per day leading up to today. But the one thing that both sides tell me, Diane, is that today is going to be determined by turnout.
Now, Ohio is a Republican-leaning state, so how are these abortion and marijuana legalization measures expected to fare?
Well, let's take the abortion issue first, right? That's issue 1. That's that amendment to the state's constitution to codify abortion rights. And so we've seen this kind of buildup here on both sides. But what's interesting for conservatives in the state, the messaging has changed probably in the last, I'd say, 30 days, basically since that special election was basically voted down. But take a listen to one of the gentlemen that we talked to about how messaging has been on this.
And your closing argument is your money shot. And that's where we're at right now. So that's why we took the last 25, 30 days to focus, retool our message to make sure that all Ohioans, whether you're Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative, gay, straight, know that this is a bridge too far.
Well, I think what's very interesting about the messaging from the opponents is that they are incredibly anxious not to talk about the actual law that issue 1 will repeal. And that is Ohio's very radical 6-week ban on abortions, which makes no exception for rape and which makes no exception for incest, and really fails to protect the life or health of a woman whose health is jeopardized by a pregnancy.
Now, so that last gentleman that you heard speak, that was Dan Coble, who is a law professor, a constitutional law professor at Capital University here in Columbus. And he's referencing this shift that we've seen from a lot of conservatives here, that there's what they call an abortion ban that's currently working its way through the state Supreme Court. It's one of those heartbeat bills that we've been tracking across the country. It was signed into law by Governor DeWine. Well, we've seen conservatives here basically since that special election was voted down in August say that, like, well, let's go back to the drawing board and re-examine this. But you hear from a lot of progressives and a lot of abortion rights advocates, they don't believe that there's an appetite to go forward with this. And so that's kind of the battle and the messaging there that you're hearing.
All right, ABC's Alex Prochet, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.